Hey everyone, my name is Isabela Guimet Pedras and I'm going to be explaining the topic of where versus having in SQL. So, to explain this concept better, we're going to be using a database system for an animal adoption shelter. In this system, we have 4 tables: pets, owners, workers, and walk pets. In this system, I have put out the primary keys of each table in blue, and I have also put the foreign keys that connect to primary keys in green, and I've also drawn a line that connects the foreign key to the primary keys. Alright, so now we're going to look at our first example of the where keyword, specifically using a one table. So the where keyword specifies a condition on the tuples you want to retrieve. This condition can be equal to a string, as we see here, where pets.type is equal to dog, a mathematical comparison, let's say where pets.age is greater than or equal to 3, or another table's attribute, which I will talk more about this on the next slide. Let's look at our first example. Retrieve all the pets in this shelter that are dogs. So in this example, we are going to select the pet's name, their type, and their age. And we're gonna select this from the pets table, and the condition, the where condition, is gonna be where the pets dot type is equal to dog. So in this result, we see that all the pets that are retrieved are dogs. So this concludes our query. All right, now we're going to look at our second example of the where keyword, and this time we're going to be using 2 tables. So let's look at the example. So retrieve pets that have been adopted, which means that they have an owner now, and whose owner's age is between 30 years old and 50 years old. Okay, so we're going to break this down into 2 steps. First, we're going to be looking at all those pets that have been adopted, and second, we're going to look at the owner's age is between 30 and 50 years old. So in order to get those pets that have been adopted by an owner, we need to do this statement here, where we say the pets.ownerID is equal to the owners.ownerID, because then only those pets that have owners will be retrieved in our table. Now, our second condition, where we can see here, it's an AND condition. So we must have this. And our owner's age is between 30 and 50 years old. So the tuples that we see here are only going to be those pets that have an owner. So as you can see here, each pet has an owner and whose owner's age is in between 30 and 50. And so this is how we use the where keyword for joining 2 tables. And just to the final point for this where keyword is that we can have more than one and. We can have multiple and conditions as long as they make sense. And yeah, we can have multiple and conditions in our where statement. All right, so now that we're moving focus to understanding what the having keyword is, I wanted to remind everyone of our database system, and specifically I want to look at the walk pets table because we're going to be using that in the next sample. And I want you to draw your attention on the minutes walked attribute and the date type. Minutes walked just means that each worker has walked a pet for a number of minutes. Alright, so now we're going to look at the having keyword. Alright, and the main idea for the having keyword is that it is used for aggregate functions. And what are aggregate functions? These functions execute arithmetic operations. So these functions include count, sum, average, max, and min. So in order to understand the having keyword, we're actually going to look at the group by keyword first, so that the next example will be much more clear for you guys. Okay, so when we read the group by, we're gonna use this sentence to read the group by keyword. So we're gonna say for each blank, we're gonna do a function. Let's say we do sum, and then in between these brackets, we're gonna have something. So let's go ahead and jump into the example. So it says, count the total number of days each type of pet has been in this shelter. So what we're going to do for this group by sentence, we're going to say for each type of pet, so for each type of pet, we're going to count the number of days that this pet has been in the shelter. So to translate that into an SQL query, we're going to display the type of the pet, and we're going to make a sum of all the shelter days per pet. So all the dogs, we're going to count how many days all the dogs have spent in the shelter, and we're going to count how many days all the cats have spent in this shelter. And we are going to grab this from the pets table, and this is the key. We're grouping by the pets type. So we're grouping by dogs and we're grouping by cats. All right, so now we're going to look at the last example for the having keyword. So the example is the following. Retrieve workers who have walked pets for more than 1 hour on rainy days. So the keyword is going to be for more than 1 hour, and then another where condition on rainy days. So we do the usual, the where condition, this where condition is usual, and we do another and condition where the day type has to be rainy. All right, now we are grouping by workers ID because we want to know how much time each worker spent on walking pets. Okay, so here we're going to sum all the minutes walked by each worker ID, and if those minutes are greater than 60 minutes or an hour, then they're going to be retrieved in this result. And so the total walk time that Ellie, this worker, did was 1 hour and 45 minutes, and Chris did 2 hours. So this will be retrieved, and they both walked pets on rainy days. So these tuples are retrieved, and so this query is executed. Thank you for watching.